All right, at this time, I'd like to call the regularly scheduled Committee of the Whole meeting to order here in the Village of Tinley Park. The the date is October 3rd, 2023. The village clock has it at 6:07 PM. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Here.
Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan?
Here.
President Klotz?
Present.
All right, we have a quorum. Item number 3, consider approval of the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held on September 19th, 2023. Is there such a motion?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Trustee Mahoney. Thank you, Trustee Shaw. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 3, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good, that motion carries. Item number 4, discuss real estate purchase contract of the property located at 17116 Oak Park Avenue. Pat?
We've come to an agreement on the purchase of that property, and it's before the board tonight.
Very good, thank you, Pat. Any questions from the committee? I see none. Is there a motion to move item number 4 to the village board?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee
I'll second
Mahoney. Thank you, Trustee Mueller. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 4, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good, that motion will carry. Item number 5, discuss post-closing occupancy agreement for the property located at 17116 Oak Park Avenue. Pat, anything you want to add?
Just, we've come to an agreement with them also to remain in place until March 2025.
Okay, perfect. Any questions from the committee? I see none. Is there a motion to move item number 5 to the village board?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 5, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 6, discuss purchase of real property from the South Suburban Land Bank and Development Authority at 7050 through 7068 171st Street. Dan?
Yeah, just came to an agreement with the land bank who had acquired the former sports station property through back taxes and liens that were on the property. So came to an agreement with them to acquire the property, and hopefully from there we'll be able to move forward and cleaning that up.
Very good. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think control of these properties has always been in the best interest of the village, so any other questions for Dan?
No, this one we've been trying to get a hold of for a while, so thanks for seeing it through, Dan.
You good? Any questions?
Yeah, I don't really have a question. I would just like to echo that that's a high visibility property, and making progress on that is going to be pretty significant. And that process seemed to have worked really well, and it's worth noting that it worked out very well in the village's favor on that in terms of acquisition.
Very good. Thank you, Trustee Shaw. Is there a motion to move item number 6 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan, and thank you, Trustee Shaw. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 6, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 7, discuss private property parking enforcement agreements. Dan?
Yeah, we're working in combination with the police department on this. It's already something that was kind of in our code that allows the police department to enforce speeding and other traffic violations on shopping centers, hotels, things of that nature, that allows the police to get in there. Already kind of was built into our codes, but really hadn't been updated for many years. So we have a lot of stuff that's outdated or agreements that weren't in place. What this is going to do is just set up a kind of uniform parking agreement that'll allow the village manager to basically sign off on them when the property owners sign them, and then the police will have the ability to enter those properties and enforce traffic enforcement agreements. So stop signs, speeding, things of that nature, that they can go in there and actually write tickets and enforce. Otherwise, they can't do that on private property. But obviously with certain shopping centers and properties, we still get police calls, and they very much function as public properties that can be accessed, so. Thank you to Jarrell, he's been coordinating this as well with the police department, so.
Very good. Thank you, Dan.
And this will avoid us to coming back to have each one of these recorded, which is why they haven't been kept up to date, because we'd be bringing each one of these with each property. This will just allow, again, Pat to sign off on them, so.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board?
I do. I would just like to say, I think this is a good catch, and I like that it is being proposed to move to more of an administrative function in terms of administering it and re-upping it and having them signed in perpetuity. I recall when I was on the Plan Commission, there was discussion about boundary agreements with other communities. And I found this to be somewhat similar in nature in that we had agreements in place for certain things, and they just lapsed for whatever reason. So it just, seeing this one come before me makes me curious about whether or not there are other types of agreements or items that we still have out there that might fall into this category. We had something in place, and it wasn't monitored, and suddenly they've lapsed, and, it's going to create problems in the future. So to whatever extent you guys are doing research on such things like boundary agreements and parking lot agreements and that sort of thing, I would support bringing these types of things, continuing to bring these types of things to us.
Very
do.
good.
Yeah, this one's unique in that it's codified that, like, these were supposed to be getting done all the time, and so I think this was a priority one to make sure we kind of cleaned up. But there definitely is still some stuff out there we're kind of catching that maybe hasn't been re-upped over a long period of time. So as we find those, we'll definitely be bringing them before you.
Very good.
I think it's good to be proactive and catch these before something happens, and then we're stuck. So it's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great for, as far as an efficiency standpoint, so I appreciate you guys staying on top of this. It's great. Any other questions or comments from the board? No, there are none. Is there a motion to move item number 7 to the village board meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion carries. Item number 8, discuss contract with Sierra ITS for desktop technician professional services. Anthony?
Thank you. The Information Technology Department uses a variety of third-party vendors to support the organization via their professional services. This request is for a desktop technician contractor for the remainder of the fiscal year. Desktop technician is an entry-level IT position. Their main responsibilities are to provide Tier 1 support to village employees at the direction of the help desk coordinator. In order to identify qualified vendors capable of providing proficient candidates and ensure competitive pricing, the village released a request for qualifications in March of this year. From the 13 responses to this RFQ, Sierra ITS was selected as a qualified vendor. The cost of the desktop technician is $56,000. Funding for this expenditure has been budgeted in this fiscal year 2024, under information technology operating budget under the contractual services account. I'd be happy to address any questions you may have about it.
Very good. Thank you, Anthony. Any questions from the board? Nothing? Did they help you out prior to the meeting with Mr. Brady, or is that a trial run?
Yes, it was. Working fine.
Nothing? All right, very good. Is there a motion to move this item to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Is there, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 8, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good, that motion will carry. Thank you, Anthony. Item number 9, discuss a contract with ProM National Event Services for the Holiday Market tent. Donna?
Yes, thank you very much. We're, calendar turned over, we're already starting to think about Christmas. Our annual holiday happenings event scheduled for December 1st through 3rd. One change this year, we're going to modify the hours to maximize the time that we have the lit-up decorations in the downtown. So the hours are being pushed a little bit later, but we will still have the market, the entertainment, Santa, and the carriage rides. Parade of Lights will finish it up on Sunday evening. This request before you this evening is for to contract with ProM National Event Services for the large tent for the holiday market.
Very good. Thank you, Donna. Oh, we got a prop over here.
Somebody's all ready.
Got to get in the mood, you know? Dress for the occasion.
Here we go.
Compliments of Trustee Mueller.
You're usually excited about these types.
Yeah, I
Nothing.
am. Good. Totally.
I'm not extending court.
Yeah. Any questions for Donna? I see none. Is there a motion to move this item to the village board?
We'll let go. Go ahead.
I would like to make that motion, yes.
I'll
Course you would.
second.
Thank you, Colleen. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 9.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, trustee Brady, I guess that's a yes. Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 10, discuss a contract with the Construction Concepts of Illinois for the 2023 holiday animated lighting display. Donna?
Continuing in the spirit, we are planning for our holiday walk, which has been very well received by the community the last few years. Our overarching objective to bring people into downtown Tinley. So we are looking for an opportunity to make an enhancement by maximizing all of the large decor that we have and setting it to music in an animated format. So this contract is to do just that. It'll be a light show that will likely start at the top of each hour, like a 5-10 minute light show set to music.
Cute.
Very cool. That's awesome. How do you feel about that, Mr. Brady?
Absolutely. That'd be fabulous. Will they have a Santa hat lit up?
Well, no.
Any other questions for Donna? There are none. Is there a motion to move item number 10 to the village board?
I'd like to make that motion.
Oh, you got it, Mr.
I'll
Brady.
second.
Thank you, Colleen.
Guy who
Madam
cannot-
Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 10. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion will carry. Item number 11, discuss contract with RC Wegman Construction Company for Harmony Square demolition at 17309 Oak Park Avenue. John?
Yes, sir, thank you. This is for the demolition of the previous property on the northeast corner of 173rd and Oak Park Avenue. It's the red brick building that needs to be demolished to make way for our future Harmony Square development. We had the environmental testing done, and abatement and demolition was bid out. RC Wegman will be the construction manager for this project, looking for committee and board approval for a GMP of $50,450 contract with them.
Very good. Thank you, John. We've had all favorable experiences with RC Wegman. They did our firehouse, right? And
Yes, sir.
many other projects for us, so,
Done a couple other projects
Yeah.
with favorable results.
yep. Any questions for John? See none? Is there a
John,
mo-
I just wanted to clarify, I apologize for not calling you earlier about this, but you said the red brick building, but are we talking about both of them that are connected on that corner? Or are we talking only the red one?
It's the,
The combined? Okay.
sorry, Brad. It's the red facility. Again, it's not Tian's or the building to the east of there. It's the previous Fuentes-owned building.
Right, the one to the north of
Yeah.
it, across from Durbin's.
South of the old Durbin's property,
Right.
correct.
But it's a single building.
Yes.
Right.
It's a single building, has three addresses to it, but it is a single facility.
I just want to clarify that it was not only the red portion of it, partial.
No,
It's,
no, it's full demolition of the facility.
that's what I thought. All right, thank you.
Very good. Any other questions? Comments? Nothing? Is there a motion to move item number 11 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Shaw. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. Item number 12, discuss contract with Morton Salt, Inc. for bulk road salt purchase. John?
Yes, thank you. This is our annual purchase for bulk salt for the winter year of our roadway salt. We wait until the state purchase is completed so we can have the suppliers bid individually with the village. And as you can see, we had 3 respondents, with Morton Salt being the lowest per ton at $75.81. Obviously, not knowing how much snowfall we're going to have or how much salt we're going to need, we start out with a opening contract of $480,000. So we're asking for the board approval to have a contract with Morton for $75.81 per ton for the upcoming winter season.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions, comments?
Yes, John, since we had a mild winter, fortunately, obviously, we must have a lot of salt left over. How is that gonna work with all this new salt coming in, and do we have a place for it, or how is that gonna work?
So, you know, as you mentioned, we did have a mild winter last year. The last delivery we had of the season filled up our storage shed, and we will start the season with a full amount of salt, and we will call them to deliver when it is necessary.
Okay, do we need another salt shed? In the future?
Right now, we are luckily contracting with companies that do not require a bulk delivery. There has been discussions with some of the other suppliers that, you know, want to just deliver it as a once and done. You know, it does work a lot to our advantage that we don't have that right now, but yes, if it comes down to it and these companies start requiring a full delivery of a contract, our current salt shed could not house what we have per contract here.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
I think the Farmer's Almanac is calling for an above-average winter, so.
What's the average anymore?
October and it's 80 outside.
Any other questions for John? And item number 12. They're done. Is there a motion to move item number 12 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 13, discuss a contract renewal with B&B Holiday Decorating for holiday decorations. Donna?
You want to take it? You sure?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So to piggyback off of Donna's last 2 presentations, this is for the decorating of the areas throughout town, Oak Park Avenue train stations, the Rocky Plaza, 30-foot Christmas tree and lights. We got a bunch of pre-lit trees out there. Oak Park Avenue, Hickory Street decorating trees, Vote Plaza trees, 80th Avenue train station, and the street light poles up and down Oak Park Avenue and some of the side streets feeding into Oak Park Avenue. The contract, this is the 3rd and final renewal with B&B Holiday Decorating. We have a available budget of $50,000, and this contract currently is at $40,117.96. Requesting committee and board approval.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions from the board? Nothing? Is there a motion to move item number 13 to the village board?
I'll move it. I'll second it. I'll make a motion of it. Let's do it. Just to let you know, B&B is not Bill Brady, all right? It's not, it's a different company.
All right, we got a motion on the table from Mr. Brady. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Sullivan. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 14, discuss a contract renewal with Beverly Snow and Ice for parking lot snow removal. John?
Yes, thank you. This is the 3rd and final renewal with Beverly Snow and Ice for snow removal at 21 of our village lots. The budget available is $512,000. We start out the contract estimating 25 events for the bid at the amount of $312,500, asking for committee and board approval to sign the final renewal of this contract.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions? There are none. Is there a motion to move item number 14 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 14, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 15, discuss contract with Minuteman Security Technologies, Inc. for the fixed and automated license plate reader, Phase 4 installation, ALPR. John?
Yes, thank you. This is the fourth phase of ALPR installation for the 3 intersections as listed. It continues to prove to serve a great purpose for the police department. In coordination with them, present this for approval. We have funds available in the capital fund, and this phase is contract at $79,420.58 with Minuteman Securities of Tinley Park, asking for committee and board approval.
Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions or comments? See none? Is there a motion to move item number 15 to the village board?
I'll make that motion.
Thank
I'll
you, trustee
second.
Mueller. Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 15, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. Item number 16, receive comments from the public. Is there anyone that would like to address the committee of the whole? There are no comments. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, trustee Shaw.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for adjournment?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Very good. That motion carries, and we are adjourned at 6:29 PM.